G'day, g'day. Just rounding Whangaparaoa Peninsula, the last of the rocks here. You can just see Rangitoto, Auckland's way in the distance now. A few people out today. It's a Tuesday, but it's a very settled day, very settled weather. And I've been motoring the whole way. It's now 2 o'clock, and I left Devonport at 11, so I'm making fairly good time. Just ticking over, really. The wind's come up a bit now, and I might, once I've made this video, put the front sail at least to go across the bay here. There's Turi Matingi. It's not absolutely certain where I'm going yet. Everything's a little bit new, so I'm waiting to hear back from a mooring at Algiers Bay. If I hear back from that in the next hour, I'll go there. If not, I'll head up the Maharangi Harbour. There's a mooring I can rent there for a little bit. Ultimately, I want to be on a good mooring at Algiers Bay. I think there's a few variables in that because, you know, we're building on Kawa and that. Algiers Bay is quite exposed. Shall I give this 10 more degrees? Algiers Bay is quite exposed. So there's so many facets to it, you know, because arguably it's quite exposed and I could go up the Maharangi Harbour and use a jetty, and then that would be good for putting building materials. But hey, that's cutting a little bit ahead. The cool thing is I've managed to come up with almost all the money now to settle the section this week on Kawa without selling this boat. And it's been a really, really funny thing how it's unfolded, because I took it to Stanley Bay in Auckland with the intention, you know, thinking, well, hey, I am going to sell it. It's a great place. And ironically enough, a whole lot of people wanted to buy it, wanted to come to see it. I couldn't get them out to it. It's almost like I didn't want to sell. But that's really good for me, actually. And maybe I needed that shunt to be able to push myself to keep it, which is great. But more than anything, I've managed to come up with the rest of the money. We'll just give you a quick tour. I know I've done this before, but the engine's running. I can show you where we are on the map. So we left Stanley Bay there, come at about 11, come around about there, then up through, I cut quite close to that Rangitoto light, then up there, and we've just gone past there. And so I'm going to head towards Motorola Island and wait to see, and if I haven't got a text back from the guy from Algiers Bay, I'll head up Maharangi Harbour. And I mean, Maharangi Harbour is really, really sheltered. I know it really well. One thing I've also got to consider today is I've got to get back, you know. All the catch-22s are sailing one way somewhere. You know, I left my car at Stanley Bay. So once I get there, and there's no public transport around either of those places, so I pretty much have to hitch or ring a taxi. But God, ringing a taxi is like $200 or $300. Although arguably, you know, going back to Stanley Bay a couple of times for me was $100 a pop. So it's probably worth spending the money on a taxi to get back all done and the boat's in the right place. But isn't it great that I got to keep this wonderful, wonderful boat, you know? Who would have thought? I mean, in a way, it kind of, in a way, it crippled me a little bit, because the money I've got left to come up with for the section is actually now less than this is worth, even if I was fire selling it. But if I hadn't bought this, it would have been easy to buy the section. What are you going to do? It's life, isn't it? You try and work it all out, and you think you have, and then you haven't, and then it changes again. Fuck if I know. You know, it's a moving feast, isn't it? I had this thought in the last few months, it's a bit philosophical, about you took 100 people, 1,000 people, 20, said to them, hey, do you think you're going to have kids? Took the same people when they're 50 and say, did you have kids? Oh, and also, not only do you think you have kids, do you want to have kids? And correlate that. My point is, I think the correlation would not be as strong as we think. I think I start to wonder how much of life is pre-prescribed. and we just have the illusion that we have control over it, you know? Because, God, look at this boat, look at the section. But hey, but hey, I don't mean to get this like a complaint. It's just my observation at the moment. Make sure I'm not aggressive or anything. It's great having this window at the front. You can see a powerboat, probably quite bright, but you can see a powerboat whizzing towards us. better keep an eye on that. Although we're going 5 knots, so surely. Hey, what a wonderful boat with the auto help, the wonderful diesel. Oh, something a bit disappointing happened. I got on the boat about 10:30, and I just been on the phone to my mum, and I got on the boat thinking, cool, I'm going to head off, and it's still relatively early, and the battery was dead. And it was really weird because I'm just going to check on that boat. Nah, they're going to miss us. They're going that side. But I should still keep an eye on it. And how's our speed? We're a little bit free of the tide now. But yeah, something a bit disappointing. The lock on the door was half undone. And then I looked down and the battery was flat. And the batteries were still on. Now, I'm not the brightest person in the world. I'm not the dumbest. But I'm pretty good at leaving things on my boat how I want them. I might have maybe left the lock undone. Maybe, probably not. And I might have maybe left the batteries on, but those two things together, no way. I think somebody had been on my boat, which was a very disappointing thing. And they'd left the battery on, so the battery was flat. The house battery had some charge in it still. And I was just about to give up, thinking, oh crap, it's another trip down, it's a charge the battery, it's another palaver, when does it end? And then I just thought I'd look around just on the boat. There was no switch to make them go together. But I found, just before I gave up, I found some jumper leads, and I connected the batteries together and rubbed it a couple of times, and kaloo-kalay, off it went. And this motoring it, part of my MO from motoring it today, one of the benefits of that is it'll fully charge the battery again, and then I'll be making sure I turn them off. Now, I could be getting senile. I'm 49 now, holy smokes, but I don't think so. I think some bugger have been on my boat. I mean, I know I've got it for sale, and people can be a little bit, take a few liberties they probably shouldn't when there's a boat for sale, and going in someone's boat, turning the batteries on. I mean, did they try and start the motor? Did they run the motor? It's a little bit much. What if they run the motor and then put the bloody tap on? Oh, but in any case, they shouldn't have done it, like that was, but hey, I also could be the first signs of dementia. Maybe it was me. Don't think it was though. I'm pretty good at looking after my stuff, But anyway, that's me. In the time that I've talked to you, which is 7 minutes and 54 seconds, we're well and truly past the rocks. This is the shorter part of the journey. 2/3 of it is between Auckland and Whangaparoa, and this is really only the last third. And I feel very comfortable over here because I know this area well. That's Saddle Island, Motoroa, Kawa, lovely Kawa, the Motor Rickies, and Orewa's probably coming into view. There's Orewa there, Winderhome. I know and really dig this area. Very comfortable here, and also even if the motor crapped out now, I've got the sails, and there's a little bit of wind now, so I can sail in. And then of course I've got the annoyance really of then getting back to the car. But hey, I've only got to do it once because this boat's going to live in Kowal Bay. Hopefully the whole time I build. And building on Kowal is not going to be a 2-minute thing. It's going to be. Oh wow! Can you hear that? There's an army testing ground. They're letting off rounds. Someone's shooting a gun up on the hill behind me. Yeah, Kowal is going to be a long-term thing, and I want it to be a real legacy item. I'd like to build something really beautiful that I can then pass on through the generations to my kids, and that. So it's a big project, but a fantastic project, and a very exciting project. And a little bit more to do at home too, of course. And life's always full, isn't it? Can you hear that? Not a cannon, but it's like an M16 or something. Wow, sign of the times, eh? Probably practicing for all this malarkey going on in the world at the moment. Jesus. Hey. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Hey, I hope you're having a great day. Hi from Waitoki. And I'm sorry it's been so long. There's my dinghy. That was implicit in the whole not getting people out to the boat. was so bloody small, and it's all kind of a bit weak now, so I paddle it. Do you know that dinghy? Quite proud of this. It was free on Facebook. They've been using it as a planter box, and these holes in it, so I epoxied them. Fixed it up, and I've used it for like 4 or 5 years now. It's a great thing, recycling story, isn't it? Anyway, but it's shit for taking other people out, man. Oh man, it gets pretty scary. Anyway, hey, I hope everyone's well, and I'll see you later. Bye.